And then you also getting this money, right, from the feds to take care of this. Why are the rates going up? I would like to know. And in the article that I read that's titled Lawyer, Semicolon, Threat Tied to MSD Payment, it kind of comes across as part of the reason why people are paying so much in sewer costs is because there wasn't any oversight with MSD contracts, and somehow that's costing us more money. Now, I'd like to know specifically how that works. More local news. I'm reading that the Cincinnati police are saying that they will be ready for the Cincy Pride festivities. I'm not surprised by that. They should be ready. Listen, if you're not a homosexual and you've never gone to the gay parade, I've never gone to a gay pride parade. I don't recall. I don't believe so. So you're thinking, well, I won't be down there. It doesn't really matter. Okay, I get it. But, after what we saw, this man was in Indiana. I mean, that's very close to us. I mean, you could drive from Indiana to Cincinnati inside of an hour. I mean, it'll take you much less than that. But inside of an hour, you can drive from Indiana to downtown Cincinnati. Having said that, don't you think the police need to be on high alert? Of course they do. And you can bring down the Hamilton County sheriffs, who, by the way, more local news, it was reported just yesterday that Hamilton County Sheriff Jim Neal has accepted the Running Man Challenge. I went to the Hamilton County Sheriff's website. Well, no, I went to their Facebook page, not their website. And they made a big announcement. I even think I added a comment. So look for that. The Hamilton County Sheriffs are going to make a Running Man Challenge video. And I don't know why they weren't involved with the Cincinnati Police Department video. They should have all been in there together. Why? I don't get it. Show some solidarity. That's how I look at it. I mean, why go through the added expense of doing a whole new video when someone's already got a video up? Man, can't make heads or tails of it. Brittany writes, the sewer service is off the chain, Nate. It angers me to see that so high. Then they charge you pay over the phone. It used to be free. Then slowly those charges creeped up. I just don't understand. If you've got this money from the feds and they're paying for the upgrades, okay, so if the federal government gives MSN, the Metropolitan Sewer District, access to these funds so they can now go out and contract services to upgrade the sewer system, why does it cost me as a consumer more money and I'm paying a bill every single month? And like Brittany said, if I make a payment over the phone, you want to charge me an extra, what is it, $3, $4? So why are my sewer charges so high? And I'll be honest with you, I'm not really impressed. I don't know. I mean, listen, if something went wrong, I want to know what it is. But if at the end of this big MSD investigation, if it ends with, okay, consumers, your sewer rates are going to go down, I'm all for it. I love the idea. If it's anything less than that, I mean, I want to know. Mila writes, Jim Neal, ? Oh, no, that's right. Jim Neal. He's going to be dancing soon. Brent writes, they ain't talking about the other Republican and the blatant nepotism at NBC. I'm sorry, at MSD. Brent writes, they coming for Sam because he outsmarted them. Sam had a sweetheart deal. From what I read, he was sending them invoices for nothing less than $10,000 a piece. And he was sending them invoices over a 3-year period. From what I read, his last invoice was $50,000. And again, not to get into another man's pocket or anything like that. But this is what's out there. This is what people are talking about. And in 3 years, he picked up $300,000. Now, listen, if you can finagle in a legal way, put yourself in a position to be a consultant so you can make 100 G's a year to send emails and all this kind of stuff. I mean, all this stuff is in the news. I read that Sam Malone was invoicing them $62 per email that he sent. Now, Why is this in the Inquirer? Ms. D writes, I think Shaq also shares that stat back-to-back games with 40 plus points. Ms. D, you're absolutely correct. You just jogged a memory. I think I put Wilt Chamberlain in that elite group, and it really should be Shaq. So it was Michael Jordan, Shaq, and LeBron James. I mean, come on, two of the greatest ever. Everybody knows it. And then one guy who's one of the greatest ever, and people still want to hate on him. That was big yesterday. I don't care anybody says, that was huge. That was huge. Rhonda writes, the federal funding that they receive to upgrade the sewer system comes from taxpayer dollars. Then they passing off some of the cost to us on the water bill. So it's like we paying for it twice. Right. Any money the federal government has to reallocate to municipalities, cities, whatever, that's taxpayer dollars. So I get it. So the taxpayers, they're paying for the overall upgrades on some level, and then you come right back and you hit us for more money in terms of your sewer charges, and I just don't understand why. I want to know why. Brittany writes, what I'm not grasping about the gay parade is why a group of individuals feel like it's necessary to bring their guns. They stating it's an honor. It's to honor the Florida victims. How so? It's a good question. I mean, are you surprised by the outpouring of emotion throughout the country? I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm a little bit surprised. Just a little. Because I didn't know that America would mourn like that. But the difference between this, like, had this been just like some crazy ex-preacher that goes into the club, this story would not be getting as much attention, and there wouldn't be as much sympathy in the media for these victims. Part of the reason why there's so much sympathy is because this story fits into the propaganda, right, for the mighty war machine to keep fighting terrorists. The fact that he was heard to have pledged allegiance to ISIS, that makes this a bigger story. This is a much bigger story than, people getting gunned down in the streets of Chicago or Cleveland or New York or Cincinnati or wherever you might be where there is violence. Have you noticed that there's a tier system? Like that regular so-called black-on-black violence stuff, it's like, yeah, that's outrageous, but it's not as bad as when a lone gunman claims that he's an ISIS sympathizer and he kills a lot of people. Maybe it's because of the sheer number of so many individuals. I mean, the last time I checked, it was 49, which made it the worst mass shooting in American history. That's sad. Or maybe it's because it fits into a motif, a narrative about the war on terror and how we got to do everything. It may be the provocation for another Patriot Act. It may be the precursor for troops on the ground in foreign lands. It could be numerous narratives that this is going to support. Brittany writes, that's true, Nate, the propaganda. Absolutely, straight up. See how ISIS is trying to kill you? See, we need more money for the mighty war machine. Listen, we are probably, my daughter is 11. Will we still be a war on terror when she gets my age? When my son becomes a man, okay, in 20 years, he'll be a young man. Will we still be fighting against a war on terror? Fighting terrorists? I don't know. Carolyn writes, what? Jim Neal has accepted the challenge? ? Now I'll wait to see if his two-step is better or worse than Chief Isaac's. You know it. I don't know. Jim Neal might be one of those dudes. He might shock you. He might have a few moves. Who knows? I do think it's going to be very interesting, and I've still got mixed feelings on it. I mean, on one hand, I still kind of feel like, guys, is there anything better we could be doing? But listen, if on any levels it kind of lightens the mood a little bit and or it sort of, I don't know. I'm not sure. If it lightens the load, great. I'm with it. I'll leave it just like that. If you're just tuning in, good morning. Welcome back. This is the Nathan Ivey Show, currently 8:38 a.m. in the Queen City. broadcasting live Monday through Friday via the Spreaker Network. And wow, we're well over 1,500. Matter of fact, we're over 1,600 followers, subscribers to the show every morning. That means that every single time we go live, each and every morning, there's at least 1,600 individuals who get a little reminder saying Nathan Ivey's online. I really appreciate you. If you have not subscribed to the show, I would just ask you to do so. That way, whenever we go live, I mean, listen, what if I decide to go live and you just don't get the word and we create another show or we do something in the evening? Then you'll get an update. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to the show just by hitting the follow button. You can follow with your Facebook or your Twitter account. You might even be able to use your Google Plus account. How many folks have a Google Plus account? I mean, I know I do. Let's connect via Google Plus. And you know, it's just that simple. It's just that simple. It's very, very simple. Also, hit the like button. It's like a little heart button on the Spreaker player, whether you're on my website, on my Spreaker page. And that goes a long way in terms of giving the show a bit more visibility. And again, I really appreciate you. I really, really, really do. And many things are in the works. The date we have in terms of promoting the sponsorship on the show will be the 1st of July. So make sure you're listening so you can hear and learn more about our new sponsor and what they have to offer you. I guarantee, I don't care who you are, I guarantee that the sponsor for the Nathan Ivey Show is going to be providing services that you may be very well interested in. If not you, then perhaps a family member. So I'm really looking forward to it for a lot of different reasons, not the least of which is I believe that they are going to be able to possibly help a lot of people. So I'm down for that. You know me. I'm down for that. Circling back around, how do you feel about local groups that plan to bring guns to the Cincinnati Pride Parade? Have you ever gone to the Cincinnati Pride Parade? Ever since Omar Mateen, who, by the way, is the GIlligan of the week.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip.
That's all I got for you. In fact, the GIlligan of the week is too light for what this man did. Committing mass murder, killing dozens of individuals, terrorizing others, transforming and changing lives in an instant. For what exactly? For what? I don't know. Does this situation in Orlando make you more or less fearful about the possibility of being the victim of terror? Nobody wants to be a victim. Right? No, nobody wants to be a victim. You watch these things at night, and it scares the hell out of you. I can get it. It scares the hell out of you. Now you can't even go to the club? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? One more thing here. There's a really interesting article about the race for mayor. And there's a lot of rumors out there about who may be running for mayor, who may challenge John Cranley. I think there's a lot of folks who are kind of feeling out how they feel about, well, not how they feel, but if they're going to be able to get support. What I'll say about John Cranley is John Cranley is going to be very difficult to beat. And the reason why John Cranley is going to be difficult to beat, in my humble opinion, and all of my political naiveness, is because on the surface, it seems like he is very connected. I know there's a lot of people who don't like John Cranley, and many of them may even be Democrats. They might even be members of the city council. For whatever their reasons are, I'm not trying to get into it. That's between them and the mayor. But when he gets on the podium and says, listen, 4 years ago, I said I was going to do these list of things. Again, from my naive position, okay, I don't have any insights other than what you do or access to information other than you do. It seems like he's pretty much gone down a line and checked off everything. And I know there's a lot of opposition to his opposition of the streetcar, right? A lot of folks don't like that, but I don't know. There might even be more people who don't support the streetcar. And even though we're